There's always been, the fighting up until election day. And then whoever gets elected, the media comes out and say, well, you might not like who got elected, but we're Americans and we have to work together. They didn't do that this time. It's the media that's dividing the United States.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Bannon is out at the White House, reportedly going back to Breitbart. He told me he would not give any interviews as long as he was at the White House, but I've got his personal number. And so look for him to be on the show hopefully next week. I'll just leave it at that. Again, we're not in competition with Breitbart, Daily Caller, Gerald Celente, anybody. We're all in this together. Mark Dice's strength is our strength. Paul Watson's strength is our strength. Matt Drudge's strength is our strength. Gerald Celente is, again, our strength. We are all not conservatives or liberals, but quite frankly, true intellectuals, super informed, super hyper-aware, super news houndy. Just like I said on live feed Saturday last week, I said, look for actors being there. Usually the KKK and white supremacists are wound up by groups. I said, it's turned out even FBI has been leading it. They even had Jewish people faking as KKK. That's been in the news. Then they turned it around and I said, Jews staged Charlottesville. But everybody knows I'm the opposite of a racist or anti-Semite, and I'm not anti-Israel. I'm not everybody knows that I'm, I'm against radical Islam. But they got to turn it around and say Jones says Jews did Charlottesville. And then PolitiFact says Jones is wrong about actors being there. I didn't even say that. But now there was Craigslist ads and major Democrat Party organizations that admit they hired actors to be there. They said, we're at Charlottesville. We're going to go agitate. We work for the Democratic Party. It was in other people's news. I just instinctively tell you what's going on because the globalists do the same thing over and over again. I said, I don't know what's happening with this, but we should investigate it. I was saying that as it was happening. 1 hour later, Trump comes out and says we should investigate. He didn't get that from me. He's a smart guy. He knows this stuff's going on. They plunged the stock market yesterday openly in an attempt to intimidate Trump and make him get rid of Bannon. They said, get rid of Bannon and do this stuff and we'll let it go back up. Because it's naturally going up because exuberance, but they're artificially killing it. And Trump is obsessed with getting blue-collar jobs boosted, white-collar jobs boosted, and with getting factories into black areas. If you want to say it's affirmative action, in the phone calls, I've talked to the CEOs, it's come out. Trump is like, we'll get you the tax incentives, we'll get the tax breaks, we'll get you the deals, we'll shut down the Chinese stuff. Can you put it in the middle of this black area and put in jobs programs for entry level? And they go, yes, sir, but we've got to put the ads out for everybody. And Trump says no. And behind the scenes, he's directing people to hire black folks. He just is obsessed with delivering to black people. And then that's what makes me so angry to see them coming after him like this because he's so good, folks. And I'm not sitting on fences like other people. Killed the TPP, killed all this globalist stuff, killed the carbon tax, secured the borders from felons, got $4 trillion in the stock market, $400 billion in new jobs, 1.6 million new jobs. And they're saying he didn't do anything. He did incredible things. With renaissance and quality, having respect for ourselves again. Everything Celente talks about. So Celente's taken over with Owen Schroyer. I got hot coffee dumped on me out of a thermos by a thug that attacked me earlier. Let me tell you, I've never seen such vicious leftists as Seattle. 70% of the folks are nice. They're listeners. Almost everybody knows who I am. The Asians who are Americans love me. So many Japanese folks running over. They love Trump. Chinese love Trump. And Hispanics and stuff, but it's mainly white males, kind of grunge, drug scene type folks. I'm not saying they're into drugs, but they just look like drug scene types. Wannabe punk rock stuff. Newsflash, punk rock was cool 40 years ago. When Glenn Danzig was doing the Misfits. My view, greatest punk band ever. Total genius. But, moved on from that. And these people are just anti-free speech. They're covering up for the jihadis. It's amazing. Now, before I go any further, there's so many articles on Infowars.com and turn this over. I plugged for 30 seconds last hour. I skipped a break. I've got to stop doing it. And we're putting in a new radio clock in about a month and a half. That's the standard clock, where we come in at 6 after, not 8 after. And I won't skip breaks anymore unless there's like a major war launches, and then all the news does that. Stations will actually leave you if you don't. But I do lose myself and others thousands of dollars a day in funding. I just don't want to stop. But we need you to buy products at InfoWarsStore.com. They're trying to shut us down. They're trying to boycott us. They kicked us off Google Ads. That was about a $5 million ding, and that was basically all the extra money we had.